Ekiti State Police Command has arrested Helen Kayode, a graduating student of Ekiti State University, EKSU, for allegedly faking her own abduction to spend time with her boyfriend. Kayode's actions triggered widespread panic across Iworuko Ekiti and Ado Ekiti after she sent a distress message to her sister on May 1, claiming she had mistakenly boarded the wrong bus and was kidnapped. The incident caused alarm and disrupted public peace in the state. Police spokesperson SP Sunday Abutu said the viral message claimed Kayode was held hostage in an uncompleted building surrounded by bushes. He noted that the rumors spread rapidly online and compromised the state's peaceful atmosphere. However, investigations revealed that Kayode was neither abducted nor in danger. She had spent the night with her boyfriend before proceeding to Lagos. During interrogation, she confessed to sending the message so she could celebrate her birthday in Ado Ekiti. Abutu explained that Kayode disobeyed her parents' instruction to return to Lagos because her boyfriend had promised a birthday surprise package. Her false report, he said, was both misleading and capable of inciting public unrest. Commissioner of Police Joseph Eribo condemned the act and reaffirmed that anyone found guilty of spreading false information will face prosecution. He stressed the command's resolve to uphold law and order across Ekiti. Kayode will be charged in court upon completion of the ongoing investigation. Now, as regards this story, sir, it brings me to, I want to start first of all from the perspective of father and child or parents and children relationship. What kind of relationship do you think this family has that the daughter can just outrightly tell the father or the parent that, okay, I may not be able to come for a different reason. She had to say something as terrible as this just to be able to spend a night outside of the house?
If you look at it critically, that's an interesting question by the way. If you look at this critically, you see that she had to come up with a lie, in as much as this is actually a very funny and very senseless lie, if I put it that way. But for her to come up with a lie, it's obvious she knew or she knows that her friend would kick against it completely. Now, why did I put this out first? I'm putting this out because I feel like sometimes people quickly judge parents for not training their kids well, but it's not as it seems in most cases. You know, in most cases, some parents actually, do a good job, do a great job, but at the end of the day, children, after, getting freedom, free will, seeing the world as in the university society, they have been offered with the choice, to decide to either stick to what they have been trained up and taught as good kids, or actually live the life they have never thought of living, which includes things like this, having relationships, sexual relationships, having boyfriends and whatnot. It's not. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. Well, it's not even wrong. Some people actually find their future partners that way, but going about it this way is obviously wrong. Especially when you know it's wrong. I mean, if it wasn't a wrong thing, she wouldn't have had to lie, right? If it wasn't something her parents would pick against, she wouldn't have had to lie. But rather than going through the right process of telling her parents, oh, maybe I have someone. I mean, she probably is thinking, okay, maybe there's someone I like in school. Maybe her parents would really pick against it. They'd be, oh, I want to go spend my birthday there or something. She knows that her parents would not agree, so she had to lie. And I mean, it's not like I'm advising people to think of more intelligent lies. But now saying you are being kidnapped, I just thinking that she didn't think about it properly, because what would you expect your parents to do? They actually said you were kidnapped, right? They would actually start looking to you, fight missing person cases and all of that. But she didn't think this through. So in most cases, parents do try to do their best for children, moving on into youth and adulthood. Now have a choice to make, and in some cases, some of them decide to choose the wrong route rather than choosing the right route. That's why you find out some guys going to fraud in school, some girls going to prostitution, some get pregnant against teachings of their parents. They know this thing, but that's the burden of the free will and God gave to man. You are, at the end of the day, you are your own self, and when you feel you have experienced freedom, we all
Mm.
had that experience when we got into the school. No more um, eyes on you, telling you to do this, telling you not to do that. Right? You have
Mm.
the whole time, or you feel you have the whole time in the world to decide. You have freedom to choose for yourself. So in most cases, I mean, I used to have that used to say bad things to do for some people than the good things. So at the end of the day, you find that youth tend to move towards the wrong things.
Okay, sir. So it's understandable that the parents probably, was trying to protect the girl and keeping her safe and all of that. But for someone who is a graduating student, I want to believe that she is in the higher institution. Isn't it okay for her to have some level of freedom? I mean, it's just one night out, just one night. There are people who travel for weeks, travel for months. There are people who live in different countries away from their parents. Why would it be such a big problem for her to spend just one night out? Someone in the university to spend just one night out with a friend of hers or her boyfriend on her birthday, which, because I want to believe that day is special to her. Shouldn't I mean, she should have some level of freedom or the right to make some level of decisions as an adult, don't you think?
Yes, yes, I think I did touch on that. Yes, she has freedom. Yes, she's of that age,
Mm.
to feel she has interest in someone. But we live with an African society, and we know how these things work.
Mm.
You are still, sadly, not even sadly, that's just the way things work, right? Now,
Mm.
you are in the higher institution, you're a student, and you are being catered for by parents. I remember when I was in school back then, parents, oh, remember the son, daughter, who you are, and all of that.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, you are still bound by the rules and the teachings that they left or imbibed in you, given that they are still paying your school fees, they are still. I feel like the freedom you have is limited because you owe it to them to at least abide by their rules. And if for any reason you feel like, well, this is not even bad, especially in cases, but if for any reason you feel like, okay, I've seen that I think I like to kind of align and all of that, you should talk to them about it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like some parents are not too rigid.
Mm.
You know, sometimes that's the only way they know how to protect their
Yeah.
kids. And if you look at it objectively, you that they are trying to protect them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the same parents that will tell you, "Oh, come and get married, though. Oh, I'm waiting for my child." You understand?
Mm.
So for them, it's like a timing thing. They most times they feel when you get into relationships in schools, you tend to lose focus, which is not wrong.